Today, from CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
The ball carrier.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
And to give this time to the tailback.
At the 26.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Tagovailoa's pass.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there and a first down.
Seahawks.
Now Taylor. That ball complete to Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Taylor. And he rifles one incomplete.
Taylor's pass.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They run it with Carson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 3rd down, Taylor. This one caught by Isabella.
Taylor's pass.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught inside the 20. And he is down deep into Seattle territory.
Preston Williams.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. From the gun, it's Tua. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Here's Tua. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6.
Makes the score Dolphins 3, Seahawks nothing.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
At the 29-yard line.
From the gun, it's Taylor. He'll find Metcalf. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Taylor's going to keep it himself. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Taylor. And he's got Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Here's Carson. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
On the carry.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second and 11. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly.
Taylor's pass.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now it's Carson.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there. They tried their best to pick up that 3rd and 1, but their surge wasn't enough to counteract what came back at them from the defensive side, was it?
Offensive line, especially in the middle, looked like they were on skates a little bit when that one started.
So now we bring up 4th and inches. This will be a critical call.
Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
That catch good for only a couple. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
First down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Dolphins 3, Seahawks nothing.
From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 33. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards.
2nd and 2.
And to give this time to the tailback.
26-yard line.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on first. This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Running back.
7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Complete.
Amari Cooper, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, here's Hall. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now it's Taylor. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back.
That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 11 yards there and a 1st down for Seattle.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
2nd and 11 now. Operating from the gun, Taylor. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target. And now it's 3rd down.
3rd down and
now Taylor. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the 1st half. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 37-yard line. Now this throw caught left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Throwing again, it's Taylor. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations. Quite the accomplishment. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, it's Taylor. This is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Will Dissly, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. That time a 9-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense heading back out. He's played a pretty clean first half. A touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Cooper was the target there, but it's going to be 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Back to the air on 2nd down, Tagovailoa. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
So that tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
So here, the men in charge are going to be looking at whether or not the receiver had possession of the ball as he went out of bounds.
And they have to make sure that the receiver got both feet down in bounds as well.
And the challenge pays dividends. The ref overturns the play.
Everyone gets a bonus on this one, Brandon. The coach upstairs who signaled down and said challenge it, and the head coach for pulling the red flag.
He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
35-yard line.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is caught at the 20. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play that time for the Seahawks. 47 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the gun, Taylor. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Taylor.
11-yard line.
This will be caught at about the 5. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down. They'll run here with Freeman. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now there's also a flag to go with it. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Operating from the gun. Taylor sliding out of the pocket. They'll run it. And the Seahawks are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. From the gun, Taylor. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, the little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
DK Metcalf of the Seattle offense about set to take over once again. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. Now Taylor on 1st down. And now he'll tuck it and run. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Taylor. And that'll be incomplete.
Taylor's pass
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
9 yards to go.
Operating from the gun, Taylor. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense heading back out. You know, normally he's probably happy with how he's playing. He's playing pretty well, but in the second quarter, you look up your team's losing. I don't think any quarterback's satisfied.
Not at all, and what they're really seeking is how do I play even better and inspire my teammates to do exactly the same in order for us to get back on top on the scoreboard. That's when you find out you have a quarterback. If they're just satisfied with their stat line,
they're not really a leader.
Not at all. You just have a guy playing the position.
Tua now on first down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Yetur Gross-Matos make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And Hall not going to bring this one out. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, Taylor steps away to his left, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Came up about a yard short, but I can't help it, Brandon. I love it when the big guy gets the football and he tries to battle his way forward. There's something about those guys carrying the ball and watching people trying to stop them. That's just great theater.
It's fact. I'm not sat down with my accountant. He said I got good news and I got bad news. He said, what's the good news? He said, the good
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a one-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession, but at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Now they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
Tua going to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Taylor, and this is incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd down and 3.
From the gun, Taylor. He'll hit Whitaker in the flat. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
For the encore, if you know, you know.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Second and 12, operating from the 39. Operating from the gun. Taylor out to the right. He gets it to Lockett. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. From the gun, Taylor. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Will Disley.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Miami set to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking again that time for Amari Cooper, but it'll be second down. From the gun, it's Tua. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds him. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on Tua hit, and the ball is out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Look at the big man rumble. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, or they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. It's good, and it's 21-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. Martin will return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Tua hit, and the ball is out.
Tagovailoa sacked.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Now Tua. And this is going to be incomplete. And that one off the mark. A little late with a throw. Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
To number 48. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. At the
Here's Whitaker. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. On the option, here's Taylor. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
On first down, it's Whitaker. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line.
The tackle by
Jeremy Chin there defensively.
2 yards on the pickup. It's
from the 24, Taylor.
24-yard line.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
On 3rd down, Taylor. They'll roll him out right. He can run for it, and he will. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
This is Carson. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
The tackle by Troy Reeder.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They run again with Carson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now Taylor to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. Do you like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Zane Gonzalez on for the field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10.
Dolphins 10.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. He stepped right up like a pro.
At their own 22-yard line.
And the Dolphins getting set to go here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, The punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa, and his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
We sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle, a 2nd and 10 now. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. Eric Armstead able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Tua sets up to pass it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
On is the punter, Hawk, as he gets this one away. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side, you know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. That's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson.
Complete to Colby.
5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 40.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 43-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 43.
Right back to him on first down. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
He's brought down.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Taylor. Oh, he stays up. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Third down.
From midfield now, here's Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. Decent gain on the scramble at 6, but now it's 4th.
A gain of 6 yards.
Now here's Michael Dixon. He's been terrific so far.
For the Seahawks.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Brings up 2nd and
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
4-yard line.
Completes it right side to Cooper. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards.
Looking to pass. Tua. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. This spot in the 4th quarter with that deficit, had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
Brings up 2nd
from the 38. Taylor, short throw to Disley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And this a quick slant to Lockett. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Throwing on 2nd down. Taylor, now he'll pull it down.
That's another Seahawks.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
After the turnover, it's Tua. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Tua. And his pass incomplete. The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just one conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Tua on 4th down. He's airing it out for Williams. And that's caught inside the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So on 4th down, a big-time completion. And the defense, they've got to be shaking their heads right now.
Not only shaking their heads, but understand that they committed one of those cardinal sins that they say they can't do at any time. They committed an eye violation, had their eyes in one place, and allowed the deep ball behind them.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's 1st down on the other side of the field. Tua setting up shop to throw again. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And it's a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Fumble on the play.
A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing the danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Taylor. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Jerome Baker in on the tackle. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Carson will take the handoff out of the option play.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 23.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Quinnen Williams on the stop. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now here's Michael Dixon as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. $51 yards on the punt there.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Yetur Gross-Matos in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked there by Nick Nelson. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Taylor to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Seahawks, the win is their 5th of the year as they move to 5-8. And they will hit the road next week for a date